of a Fangirl, and this is my daughter Kaitlin, and
Hi.
we are here to show you our July TBR. We're not going to include our BookTube TBR because, well, you've already seen it. So, without further ado, we're going to do Kaitlin's TBR first. Show us what you got, Kaitlin. Lift it up so they can see.
Flunked by Jen Calentina?
Let me see.
Calentina. I'm just going to call it that.
Something like that. Kalanita. And tell them what's about. This is on her school reading list, summer reading list.
Do I have to read the back? Just read the back, right?
Yeah, if you want.
Gilly wouldn't call herself wicked exactly, but when you have 5 little brothers and sisters and live in a rundown booth, you have to get creative to make ends meet. Gilly's a pretty good thief if she does say so herself, until she gets caught. Gilly's sentenced to 3 months at Fairy Tale Reform School, where all the other teachers are former super scary villains like the big bad wolf, the evil queen, and Cinderella's wicked stepmother, Harsh. But when she meets fellow students Jax and Kayla, she learns that there's more to this school than its heroic mission. There's a battle brewing, and Gilly has to wonder just how good these bad guys are.
She started it tonight. We just got it in the mail.
I'm gonna write a little.
What page are you on?
I'm on page 52.
Okay.
There.
So page 52. Okay, what's your next one?
The Crown by Kiera Cass.
Ooh, hold on. Hold
She's
on.
my favorite author.
Sticker. We just bought this one today, too. Oh, the sticker. I hate stickers on books. I hate it. I hate it. It messes with the pretty cover.
Yeah, Kiera Cass is
There we go.
my favorite writer, literally.
One of them, yeah.
Yeah. That's not good. That's not any news.
Yeah, I saw.
When Edlin became the first princess of Aliyah to hold her own selection, she didn't think she would fall in love with any of her 35 suitors. She spent the first few weeks of the competition counting down the days until she could send them all home. But as events at the palace forced Edlin even further into the spotlight, she realized that she might not be content remaining alone. Edlin still isn't sure that she'll find the fairy tale ending her parents did 20 years ago. But sometimes the heart has a way of surprising you, and soon Edlin must make a choice that feels more impossible and more important than she had ever imagined. Well, that sounds weird.
So, there's that one. Wait, no, not that one.
Which one?
We switched out her BookTube-a-thon TBR because we got the Insanity series by Cameron Jace. She had hookah in her BookTube TBR.
I get to hold it up.
Sorry. And we have books 5 and 6, and she's really eager to read, to keep going in the series. So we switched out book 6, which also has yellow on the cover, for her book 4, the hookah, so she can read it now. So it's an Alice in Wonderland retelling. It's really good. These stories are crazy.
Yes, they are. They're like just like me.
Yeah, I've read the first one, and they're nuts.
Yes.
It's very entertaining. So this is book 4, hookah. Hold on. Wait.
Really?
Let's show them the other ones because we have them right here. Okay, here. If you
Okay,
want,
me.
they're my books.
But I'm reading them.
No, you already read them. You can say what they are. What's book 1?
Insanity.
Hold it.
Figment. Circus.
Circus, yeah. The back is really pretty.
It's 3 books in one. I wish I could read big of this book.
This is The Summer I Turned Pretty bind up of all 3 books by Jenny Han.
Yeah, and each of the books.
People are familiar with these books. Inside here we have
The Summer I Turned Pretty. It's not summer without you, and we'll always have summer.
So she read this a couple months ago. A girlfriend read it in like 2 days.
Yeah. Or maybe 2.5.
2 or 2.5 days. She just breezed through them. So she's insane. So anyway, there's that one.
They need to make books that are this size.
They do have some that size. Okay, keep going.
That's all.
What about those other ones?
Those are on the floor.
Those aren't ones you want to read?
Fine. But one. Oh, I don't have the dust jacket.
That's okay. I help you.
Magnus Chase. I don't really have the dust jacket, so I don't even know what it's about.
The Sword of Summer. It's
Swords.
Rick Riordan's new series. What's it?
The Magnus.
Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard. So I mean this book's been going around BookTube. My older son loves Rick Riordan, and
I do too.
yes, you do. And this is his book.
Not anymore. He doesn't even remember I have it. It's mine now.
Well, that's sneaky. So anyway, she wants to read that one.
I've read some.
She's on page 44, and I guess she set it down.
45.
45, excuse me. And I guess she set it down. So this is the summer of finish. This is the month of finishing books for us because I have some of my
feel
TBR
like
too.
finishing books though.
Okay, come on.
Oh, those.
You told me you wanted to finish that one.
Probably not that one though.
Do you need help up?
I used to be able to do that back in school, but I can't anymore. Etiquette.
Yep. Show.
Etiquette Espionage by Gail Carriger.
Carringer. I think.
Carringer. Carriger.
Yep. So and
It's about whatever. 14-year-old Sophronia Timonek is a great trial to her poor mother. Her atrocious courtesy is an embarrassment to the family name. So Miss Timonek enrolls her daughter at Mademoiselle Gurdeline's finishing academy for young ladies of quality. But Sophronia soon realizes the school is not quite what her mother might have hoped. At Mademoiselle's
Geraldine's.
Whatever. Young ladies certainly learn the fine arts of dance, dress, and etiquette. That's manners, right?
Yes.
Espionage is fighting.
Yep.
But they also learn to deal out diversion, espionage, in the politest possible ways, of course. So Franny and her friend are in for a rousing first year's education. Set in the same world as Parasol Protectorate?
Parasol Protectorate.
Whatever.
This YA series debut is filled with all the same saucy adventure and droll humor Gail Carringer legions of fans have come to adore. So sorry.
No, the thing is cool.
Okay, so
Get a drink of water.
I have a couple books that I've already read this month. I read the book about the school shooting. How it ends. This is how it ends. You know, the black one with the chalk. I'll put a link in the description. I read that one. It was pretty good. It was a quick read for me. I couldn't put it down. I wouldn't say that it was the best book ever. I definitely wanted to know how the story ended. I want to know the outcome of the school shooting. I would give it 3.5 stars, but we'll talk more about that in the wrap up. I just finished The Darkest Part of the Forest by Holly Black. This is the book about the town with the glass coffin with the horned boy sleeping in it, and then one day he wakes up. This book totally did not go the way I thought it was going to go, but it was good. So I read it in July, so it's on my TBR so I can count it in my wrap up, because I cheat like that. This book is branded by Abby Kettner and Missy Kalicki. I probably am saying that wrong. I started reading this book back in February. If you follow me on Instagram, I'm sure you saw a picture of me with this cover. A picture on my Instagram of this cover saying, please get me out of this book slump. Please get me out of this reading slump. Please. And it did a little. I've read this once before and I enjoyed it. Reading it a second time, I've tabbed some of it with some pretty lines that I liked, but the writing is not as good as I remember it. But it's still enjoyable. I'm almost finished with it, so that's my current read. And then I needed something enjoyable and hopefully funny, which is Kill the Boy Band, which Kaitlin she read already. So, and I've got a couple little tabs here. I don't even know what this is about. Okay, so Kill the Boy Band by Goldie Moldavsky. as far as I know, it's about this group of 4 friends who are obsessed with this boy band, and they go stay at the hotel where the boy band is staying at, and it opens up with they have managed to kidnap one of the members, and they're in a hotel room with him, and he's tied up, and they're trying to figure out what they're going to do with him, I guess. That's as far as I've gotten. Haven't gotten very far at all. But I've been reading a lot of dystopian and fantasy, so I wanted to have something not out of my comfort zone, but I don't read a lot of contemporary, so I figured it would be a good time for me to throw a contemporary in there just to break it up so I don't get into a slump, because I find when I read the same genre for a long period of time, then I get in a slump. So, Kill the Boy Band. The next book I have that I want to read is Hunted by Abby Kettner and Missy Kalicki. It's the second book in the Sinner series. I did not tell you about this one. Hold on. This is a dystopian. It says, I'm so bad about synopsis, so here we go. 50 years ago, the commander came into power and murdered all who opposed him. In his warped mind, the 7 deadly sins were the downfall of society. He created the hole where sinners are branded according to their sins and might survive a few years at best. Now, lust wraps around my neck like blue fingers strangling me. I have been accused of a crime I didn't commit, and now the hole is my new home. Darkness, death, violence, pain. Now every day is a fight for survival, but I won't die. I won't let them win. The hole can't keep me. The hole can't break me. I am more than my brand. I'm a fighter. My name is Lexi Hamilton, and this is my story. Synopsis sounds amazing, right? Yeah. We'll get more into that in the wrap-up, and I will give you all of my thoughts on this one, because I'm kind of half and half. So anyway, this is book 2, and it's bigger. I like looking at how many pages I've got here. How many pages do we have? It doesn't have page numbers. Oh, well, that's probably because that was probably a deleted scene they put in there. 414. And the series is not done, because on the back of it says coming soon, Liberated. So, hopefully this is a good one. Sequels kind of get me. I have mixed feelings about sequels because, they're usually just fillers. So, we'll see. This one talks about a betrayal of some sort, so I have high hopes. The next book on my TBR is Keeper of the Peace by Jennifer Malone Wright. It's book 2 in the Graveyard Guardians. Right here. Where is it? This is book 1. Keeper versus Reaper. I gave this... I don't even think I actually put a review for it on Goodreads, but I think I gave it 3 stars. I mean, it was a solid book. I had a few issues with it, obviously. I can't remember exactly what they were. I wish I'd written a Goodreads review. But I mean, I liked it enough to want to continue the series. And book 2 is smaller than book 1, so I figured it would be a good one. It's less than 300 pages, so I figured it would be good. It's about Keeper versus Reaper. You have Keepers who protect human souls after the people have passed on. They patrol graveyards, and then you have Reapers who feed off of the souls. So the Keepers fight the Reapers to to save the souls. And this one is about, and it's a family of Keepers. And I think there's 3 or 4 daughters, and there's a couple sons. So this one is about one of the daughters. Her name's Hannah. There's a death. There's a murder of one of the Reapers, but they look like people. So it seems it's not, you can't hide it when they die, when you kill one. And so her old love comes back into town. He's a detective, and he's investigating the murder, and she is a suspect. And it says in the synopsis that she's responsible for the death of this Reaper. So, and their relationship is getting rekindled, and so I have a feeling it's going to be lots of angst and drama, and I think it'll be a good guilty read, guilty pleasure read. I like a good drama read. Next up, I have The School for Good and Evil by Soman Chinani. I know. My darling girl, Kaitlin here. Whatever. My darling girl Kaitlin here has read this. She's read the whole trilogy. And she loved them. And as far as I know, this is about two friends. One thinks she's perfect, and the other one is kind of goth, and she's what are their names? So, was it Sophie?
Sophie is the one who thinks she's all bad.
And she's perfect, and that she's going to go to princess school.
And Agatha thinks she's going to be an old witch, living a hut for the rest of her life.
And she's going to, what's it, is it hero school and villain school?
Princess and witch school.
Okay, well there you go. And then when the stork comes to get them, they get switched. And so Sophie gets sent.
Not switched, they're meant to be those.
Well, right, yeah, right.
But that's what Sophie thinks.
Right, Sophie thinks she's going to go to princess school, and she actually gets sent to villain or witch school, and then Agatha gets sent to princess school. That's the next one on my TBR. We'll see. Like I said, another one where I started it, and it didn't really click for me, and so I usually just set it aside, and I'll pick it up later when I'm more in the mood. So, we'll see. Next up is Anything But Ordinary by Lindsay Zart. This is another indie book, and this is kind of like a zombie book, but not. That's how she pitched it to me when she told me about it. I have the whole trilogy. So, I don't know. It sounds interesting. I love Lindsay Zart's writing. I've read Safe and Sound by her, and I loved it. And I've read another one, A Smother. I read that one. And she is amazing. Her writing is amazing. So it says, the universe tends to keep all things balanced, even chaos. And then the back says, there are three kinds of people in the world. Those who are alive, those who are undead, and those who can see the undead. Honor Rochester found out she's one of the three, and it's not the one she would prefer to be. She can accept her fate and live as is decided for her, or not live at all. So, I'm curious. And I mean, it should be quick read, because you see the lines are spaced out, and the font's decent size. So,
that felt good.
Yeah. And the last book on my TBR is P.S. I Still Love You by Jenny Han. Did you read this one?
No, I was gonna, but then the end of the school came.
No. So this is the follow-up to All the Boys I Loved Before. And I really enjoyed that one. Like I said, I'm not a very big fan of contemporary. I can't just read a regular love story like the Summer I Turned Pretty stories. I need something with something more in it. Like
like more than just like regular life, right? Okay, that sounds so stupid.
You're silly. Like the Kill the Boy Band, obviously that's more than just a love story. It's, they kidnap this boy band member, and it's like, oh my gosh, did they really kill the boy band? What is going on? And this one is the follow-up to All the Boys I Loved Before, which was about, I keep pointing because it's over here on the shelf, which is about what's her name? Lara Jean. She writes letters to all the boys that she's had a crush on or she's been in love with, and when she decides that those feelings are done as a form of closure for her, she writes a letter to them. And she pours her heart out into the letter, excuse me, and then she seals it and she sticks it in a hat box. And one day she wakes up and she goes to her hat box, and they're gone. And they've been mailed out to all of the boys she's loved before. And that was a very interesting story. It didn't go as quite as dramatific as I hoped it would, but I really enjoyed it, and it kind of left me a little hanging, so I'm excited to finally find out what happens here, because one of the boys from the other book never got in contact with her, and apparently he comes up in this one. So, fun times. So anyway, that is our July TBR, and we